Oh my God. Hi guys. I forgot I was live. So I'm going to be continuing the coverage of
who appeared on the reality show 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, is accused of assaulting his then fiance in June of 2019. The victim claims that Paschel brutally attacked her while he continues to maintain his innocence. Paschel is charged with kidnapping, domestic assault, interference with an emergency call, and vandalism. Jury selection began and ended this morning, and before lunch, the prosecution and defense delivered their opening statements. Also, the first witness, the victim's neighbor, took the stand to testify. Let's listen to the prosecution and defense opening statements together.
Here from her house, he grabbed her by the back of her head, slammed her head into the hardwood floor. You're going to hear how he grabbed her by the back of her neck, drug her around the house, drug her up the stairs. You're going to see where she had blood on her face and he was trying to reach for a light switch. You're going to see blood smears on the light switches. You're going to see blood splatter on the wall, dripped on the floor. You're going to hear how she tried to get away and she couldn't. You're going to see scrapes on her knees, scrapes on her elbows, bruises everywhere. Bruises on the back of her neck where he grabbed her when he was slamming her head on the floor. You're going to hear how this happened for what seemed like forever. Ms. Wilson's going to tell you that she blacked out multiple times, lost consciousness because of the injury to her head. And then she's going to tell you that the defendant told her, go wash your face. After he took her phone and took her car keys, go wash your face. So she did. She was terrified. She just wanted it to stop. She went, she washed her face, she washed all the blood off of it as she could. He said, go lay down. So she did.
I'm not taking any of your dishes. I can
You're going to hear that based on the factors, alcohol, whatever, that Miss Wilson became upset. You're going to hear that there was an argument. She injured herself leaving the house. She injured herself during the argument and the interaction with Mr. Paschel. No more, no less. You're going to see pictures. And when you see those pictures, I'm going to ask you, when I get back up here after the proof of this trial, to call upon your life experiences and your common sense. And the proof is going to show that Ms. Wilson had a pump knot, significant, some inner bleeding in her mouth.
And if they want that TV, that's injustice.
And you're going to hear that happened because injury she incurred leaving the house.
Oh my God.
Down the road,
that mattress is
Mr. Paschel is going to take us on during the course of this trial. But the state is going to tell you that Mr. Paschel brutalized her for no reason whatsoever. And it went on forever.
Still with me, former U.S. Attorney Jennifer Wells, and also joining us now live, trial attorney Greg Francis. Here's what I'd like to do. I'd like us to talk about the prosecution's opening, the defense's opening, in terms of trial skills and whether or not you felt that it was a compelling argument. So I'd like to start with you, if I could, Greg. And one of the things is talking about the state's opening. The prosecutor used a lot of adjectives to really describe and paint a picture for the jury. The blood spatter, the scrapes, bruises, that she was slammed on the floor, that the victim blacked out. How compelling did you find this portion of the opening statement by the prosecution?
I found it to be very compelling. You know, this is their first opportunity to speak to the jury directly, to lay out, you know, really what the facts of the case are and what they proved. What I heard was a lot of description of the injuries that occurred and the severity of the injuries that occurred. And I think those are the things that kind of move the jury and will allow a jury to really focus on the pictures and the physical evidence of the case.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. We're looking at the picture of the knot on her head, and that is
Ooh.
no small knot. It takes a lot of force.
Hey,
Jennifer, I know that
babies,
you've been
I just
involved in
wanted to
domestic
let you
violence
guys
cases
know
in your career as
also
an
that
attorney.
the
The amount of
shooter
force
from
it
earlier
takes
has
to
been
have
caught.
that type of knot on your
18 years
forehead,
old.
some of these other injuries, I think is pretty significant.
Oh, I
Damn.
agree. When I saw that picture for the first time, I thought I just from just experience, not only as an attorney, but also as someone who parents children who may be a little clumsy. It is going to take more than a fall probably to. But again, I don't know how they're going to get that testimony in. But yes, it would take a lot of force to get that, and the bruising and the inside of her lip as well. That is a really indicative of some sort of assault to me, based on my experience handling these types of cases.
Right. No, I don't disagree. Let's listen to some of what the victim herself had to say when she took the stand earlier today and testified.
You said you all had dinner and drinks. What were you
Yes.
drinking?
Champagne.
Do you recall how much you had to drink?
I recall that I had 3 glasses of champagne.
Who was driving that night?
I drove.
Okay. And did Mr. Paschel have anything to drink?
Yes.
And what do you recall what he was
I
drinking?
think he got jealous
Double
when he saw
whiskey
her
and
on her
Cokes.
phone.
And so when you get back in the house, you said, tell us exactly what you remember as soon as you get back into the house after walking the dog.
After coming up my driveway, the next thing I remember, I was on the floor in front of my staircase that leads to the upstairs. And he had me by the back of my head and was hitting my face into the floor. And I was screaming for him to stop.
Is that all that happened, or?
No, from there, he dragged me up the stairs. It's not quite a split level, but there's like 4 stairs that lead up to the bedroom, and it's hardwood floors. And he was dragging me by my head and by my hair. He had me kind of by the back of the neck. And we went up the stairs towards the bedrooms, and I blacked out again. I lost consciousness.
All right, Greg, in your experience as a trial attorney, how would you assess the effectiveness of her testimony?
Extremely effective. She
Yes, she
basically
was.
described what the injuries that occurred that are viewed in the pictures in this case. She has been honest about the fact that there was alcohol involved that evening, which I think is a good
Thank you,
choice by the
Cindy.
prosecutor to bring that
I
up
hope you
on their
join
own
the
rather than have
channel.
that
Oh, I
come
guess
up
I'll
in
pop up in
the
your feed,
defense,
so I guess I do.
cross-examination of the victim here.
Well, not
and then
join
some
like
kind of
membership,
way
but
try to
subscribe to the
discredit her
channel.
testimony. So, I mean, her testimony about exactly what happened, how it happened, seems to be very consistent with the pictures that have been shown in this case, and inconsistent with, I think, the defense in this case that she did it to herself.
Right. And Greg, I absolutely agree with you. We don't want to hide facts or bury facts. You want to bury them in there, but also get it out through your own witness. The champagne, to your point, she was very matter of fact. I had 3 glasses of champagne. So let's pivot, Jennifer, if we could, to what Greg just alluded to, and that is the defense opening statement and the defense argument that really it was the victim, that she was upset, that she injured herself, that she was leaving.
I put the opening
house.
statements
How
up
did you
too.
feel
I
about that
recorded them and
argument
put them
for the
up now.
defense?
They're there.
I'm not sure, based on what we've heard so far, that that's going to be supported by the evidence the state has put in at this point. Now, perhaps then that reading in perhaps to the opening statement that this defendant may testify, and perhaps he is going to allude to some sort of
Ooh, I
triggering
hope he
event that would have
testifies.
caused
I
her
really
to do
hope he
this to
does.
herself. But I'm not sure at this point that we have that evidence in front of us.
And look at this picture that they're showing right now that we at Court TV are showing. And that is, it looks like a bruise on the right side of his face, right under his eye, on that bone, on his cheekbone. Now, we didn't hear any testimony about that, but just interesting to note. Now, I am watching, and I believe that the court is back on the bench. Yes, let's go back into court live.
38 mark. That has been properly admitted as evidence, and that is something that you will be able to consider as part of the proof in this case. All of these exhibits, by the way, when you deliberate on the case, they will go back to the jury room. You'll be able to review them as you wish. And I think here in a second, the general is about to play a portion of the video from later on that body cam. General, if you'd like to proceed.
Yes, Judge, we're going to start at 5 minutes and 24 seconds. This is a lot.
No, you don't have permission to come in. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. Look at all these scratches on them. What's going on? How do you think? Have a seat. Seat. Have a seat. Right there. You want to know the exact truth? Have a seat. Have a seat. I'm not going to tell you again. It's fine.
He's being belligerent right now.
It's kind of hard to see in the video, but were all the lights off in the home when y'all went in?
Yes.
She mad, she acted absolutely, crazy. I mean, scratched me, ran against the wall, hit herself, slapped herself, said she's gonna, call me, obviously, after, call you guys, and, I said, nothing, I mean, that's the extent of it. I mean, she ran, where, I said, you know, I think upon, I said, where did she supposedly run the wall? But that's supposedly she really did. Right here. And she came out of the bedroom, said she was hugely angry. She's done this before, it's not the first time.
She did it herself, right, Geoffrey?
And she ran the wall, probably in this area right here. And I mean, she slapped herself, she scratched herself, I mean, she was acting absolutely absurd. I mean, this crazy knife. I said, just stop. And I mentioned the part, I didn't call them. I don't know the problem. I'm going to
Judge, I'm going to stop it for record at 7:29 on that video.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, officer, and the person that we just saw on the body cam there, see that person in the room, the gentleman.
We'll stipulate it's Geoffrey Paschel.
And I'll pass it to the judge. Thank you.
No questions.
No questions? Really? You don't want to ask the cop any questions?
During state rest.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the state has rested its case in chief.
Damn, the state has rested. Let's see what the defense has.
Outside your presence, I know we just took a break, but it is also, it's 4:15. There are several legal issues that the parties need to discuss. The defense, of course, has an opportunity if they choose to do so, to put on proof in this case, although they're not obligated to. And I also need to have a discussion with the lawyers regarding the jury instructions that we'll receive in this case, which we'll find out tomorrow can be a little lengthy, and that is something that we need to discuss in detail. So instead of keeping you here for the rest of the day, we're going to go ahead and let you go, and we'll come back and pick up the case tomorrow. We have made good progress today, so it does look like you will get the case for deliberation beginning tomorrow. I do have a regular docket that I have to attend to at 9 o'clock. I'm going to instruct everyone to get in here so we can get through that quickly, relatively quickly. And,
No, they're going to be done tomorrow.
Ask the parties to come back. So
But they got stuff to discuss after he dismisses the jury.
Show up here 9:45, 9:50, be ready to go at 10 o'clock. We'll resume the trial at that point with the defense group if there is going to be any. Now, before you leave for the evening, of course, we've had these discussions before, but it's very important, so I need to tell you before you leave for the day. When you get home, your friends, family, loved ones are going to be very curious about where you've been, what you've been doing. They're going to ask you what kind of case this is. They're going to want to know all of the details. And as I said earlier, you can't say
I'm locked up, won't let me out.
These are my rules, and you simply follow my instructions. You don't discuss this case with anybody. You don't try to find out any information about the case. As I said earlier, the case has received some media attention, so it's very important that you don't look at any of that. Don't try to find any of it on the internet. I don't know that it will be on the local television, but try to avoid local news. Okay? If you are driving the car or something starts to come on the radio, just turn it off. I don't know what's going to happen, just err on the side of caution. At least for this one night until we get this case finished. Okay? Thank you all so much for your work on the case. You have not heard everything that you need to hear before you start making your decisions. So please don't start deliberating even in your own mind. I don't hold any opinions about the case.
I've already deliberated and I found him guilty. No, they're not holding him at all.
All right, the jury's been excused for the day. What just happened? 3 witnesses were called. The state then rested. They're going to take up some items outside the presence of the jury. The jury's been told to come back at 10 a.m. in the morning because we do have a judge who has another matter to handle at 9 o'clock. So they said come back at 10, and then we'll know more about whether or not the defense is going to put up a case. We don't know yet. Is this defendant going to testify? Let's squeeze in a quick break while we have that opportunity, and then rejoin us here on Court TV, your front row seat to justice.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm voting guilty. I don't even want to hear his side. He's guilty. Guilty. When you're trying to say that she did this to herself, really? She dragged her back. Blood in her own mouth full of blood. I want to hear what they want to discuss outside of the jury. That's what I want to hear. Because they're going to have, just like they did with Derek Chauvin, they're going to discuss stuff outside of the jury to set the tone for the case tomorrow, which will probably go to the jury. And yeah. You can't tell me everybody on that jury that lives in, and they're in Knoxville, has not heard about this case. You cannot tell me they haven't heard this case or haven't heard everything that's surrounding this. Yep, he's guilty. He's a little, he's a prick. And I remember asking Dom, myself, how do you hang around with him? Oh, he's a cool guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy. No, he's not. He's a womanizer. He's a thief. He's a drug runner. That's what he is. That's what he is. He's a weasel. His attorney is a weasel too. During the break when it was buffering, and I got the link that someone sent to me for the live stream, but the live stream is only what happened this morning. They hadn't put the afternoon session up yet, but I did get a chance to get the opening arguments since they started early. They were supposed to start at 11:30, and they started, they were supposed to start at 12:30. Somewhere around that time will be 1:30. No, 11:30 their time. But they started early, so I missed all of the opening arguments. So I went back in, I recorded them, and I uploaded them. Yeah, he's putting on a fake show, really fake show. And I want to know if everybody is watching this. I know that Mary has to be watching this too. I know she probably don't care because she said she wanted, the best thing for her was to not have any type of friendship with Geoffrey. Yep, innocent until proven guilty. So in my mind, I have proved him guilty, Terry. I'm sorry, but yes, it is. You have the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. How many people assume that Scott Peterson was innocent? How many people assume that Chris Watson was innocent until he was proven guilty? No, he's not funny, but he thinks everything he says is funny. And these little women, especially one in particular that I know, have been fawning over him. And what he does is he gets with women, he sleeps with them, and then he dumps them. That's what he does. It's his ego. And then, you know, every time, even when I used to see him on ID Discovery, when he would play a homicide detective, he was a little twerp to me. Hi, Miss Manda. Hi. Well, you have 3 things to play because I did a part 1, a part 2, and then I have the opening statements that I also uploaded. So I've been a busy beaver today, along with packing up my bathroom, finishing out my kitchen. And then I get a phone call that somebody wants all of the dishes that I'm not taking. I'm like, they can have all the dishes. I'll just buy new damn dishes. Because I really don't feel like packing up all this. I don't feel like packing up anything really. But if they want all the dishes, they can take all the dishes. I'm not taking anything in my second bedroom that includes that big screen TV. They can come get that too. So, because I'm going to change, I'm going to get an office set up at my new place because I'll be working from home like 3 days a week because I don't have to be in the office every day. At least 2 to 3 days a week, I'll be working from home. Hi, Looney. Yes, thank you. And guys, when I tell you he was talking to someone overseas in London, what was it, London or just the UK? I think it was London. I can't remember where she says she's from. She and I used to talk in IG. We would be in chat rooms. She sent me the messages he sent to her. At the same time he was talking to her, he was still seeing Varia when he was dating Varia. Then, yes, I'm going to buy all new dishes. But my glasses are Waterford, so I'm taking those with me. Then he started dating a twin in Mexico or New Mexico. He was with Varia. Then he was seeing Shelby when him and Mary were together. And that turned out to be a big mess. Yeah, he's a jerk. Yes, thank you, Teresa. Thank you so much. But then I told them earlier that he stole from Home Depot. He had a bunch of lighting. He put it on a cart, tried to roll it out the door. He's banned from entering Canada. He's on trial for kidnapping, domestic abuse, and something else. He's served time. When he was caught, he had, forgot how many pounds of marijuana. He had ounces of cocaine on him, plus he had a firearm. He served time for that. You know, I wouldn't be bragging about me, you know, and his sons, they seem like really nice young men, the ones that were on the show. They seem like really nice young men. And I know Varia was going back and forth from Florida to Tennessee. They were both down in Florida at his mother's house. So if she lives in Florida, she may be living with his mother, or she may have his own, what did she say? Oh, I'm going to find out about that. Trust me, I'm going to find out about that. I just got a message. But he is disgusting. There's nothing about him that I find fascinating. I don't find him to be charming. I find him to be just very, very creepy. So, and I don't know who's in court with him because I didn't see him walk into court. Of course, they started early, but they would only panned on Geoffrey. So I don't know if his sons are there. I know Varia is not there because they don't want anybody to know. But she won that lotto, and she's been here now over a year. She came right before the pandemic. It's been over a year she's been here. And she was in Seattle. For a long time, she was living with Geoffrey in Tennessee. I have that on good authority. Then she went back to Seattle. Then she did some modeling. Or she was a spokesperson for something. Then when you saw her down in Florida, she was down there again at the beach. The pictures are She was with Geoffrey. When you see her with the pictures with the big old dog, that's Geoffrey's dog. So they're not fooling anybody. I think they're using each other, which she doesn't need him for anything because she's got her visa all on her own because she won a Visa Lotto. So she doesn't need to use him. So I don't know why she's still with him. She was in Seattle, so I don't know if she lived with Natalie or not, but she was in Seattle for quite some time, and she was going back and forth. I know when she went to Florida not too long ago, she was hanging out with Natalie, and I think the two of them are really good friends. But she's down there, close to where Geoffrey's mom is, and I haven't heard anything about them breaking up. No one's told me they're not together, and I speak with Mary frequently, and she hasn't told me, which I really haven't asked, to be honest. I guess I need to ask to find out. But she blatantly said when I interviewed her, and then just the conversations we had after Geoffrey was in Gaithersburg with Dom and all of them, she said the best thing for her to do was to distance herself away from him. Their friendship was not good. So you can't see the chat. Viva, I see you. I don't know why you can't see the chat. You don't see anybody else in the chat? Go out and come back in, Viva. I don't know why you can't see the chat because I see you. So just go out and come back in, sweetie, and see if you'll see it. But I don't know. I'm waiting to see. I don't know if they're going to come back or not. I guess not, because they were going to discuss some things outside of the court. But I guess they're not going to come back on because they're not even saying they're on a break. So I guess their case today has ended for Geoffrey. But anyway, if you haven't watched the opening statements from the prosecutor and the defense attorney, I do have it up. I uploaded it. It's there now. So I just feel that, I don't know, the way that defense attorney was speaking, and he was trying to trip her up, and he even admitted he was trying to trip her up, which I think was really sucky for him to say that. I'm not going to say what I really want to say, but I think it was really nasty of him to do that. I felt that he was re-victimizing her again. The fact that she had to look at those photos again, and then when they showed the photo with the deep bruises, and then the red looked like bags under her eyes from how that bruising was going, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. And he's just sitting there like nothing phases him with his Starbucks coffee. Hi, Chantilly. So my thing is they're going to start tomorrow morning at 10. So that'll be 9 my time. I will be up. I will be live streaming this again tomorrow. And I just feel bad that that they try to make it seem like, and what I think happened is he saw her on her phone before she got back in the house. He probably thought with that little man syndrome of his that she was speaking to someone else, and he got into a huff. I also know some other things that went on that I'm not going to put out because I was asked not to by both parties involved, and no, it's not Geoffrey, but it's two women, and not going to discuss that. I'm going to get them on here. No, they are no longer friends. No longer friends. She made that statement when she was on with me when we were covering Married at First Sight last year, when she came on and covered it with me on, well, not last year, this year on my channel. She likes reality TV. She likes Married at First Sight. And she said it felt good being on the other side of actually judging people. She said, but it felt weird at the same time. So Mary is a really sweet person. And if you don't follow her, she's under Blue Mellow on IG. She's a very, very sweet person. Yeah, she no longer. This happened December 2020 when they all went out. Geoffrey went out with some young girl. Mary was with her boyfriend. They went out for dinner and drinks. Mary was on her phone. People were texting her and she was replying to them. The young woman that Geoffrey was with kept trying to see what Mary was typing. So Mary kept moving away from her. Then she tried to grab Mary's phone. Mary told her to stop acting silly. The girls started getting loud. They were getting belligerent. Geoffrey was drunk and they were asked to leave the restaurant. They were asked to leave. When they got outside the restaurant, it got worse. Geoffrey and her got into it. He started fussing with Mary. Then he was fussing with the young girl. The cops were called, and Mary said they almost went to jail again because she's already gone to jail. She and Geoffrey both for a fight that they had. I don't know what John thinks about it. I really don't. I honestly don't. Yeah, I honestly don't. And I haven't talked to John about that. Oh, they're still talking about it? No, Court TV is over with. Yeah, the coverage on Court TV is over with. So since December of 2020, they have not been friends. Yep, they will begin tomorrow. The state has rested. So since December 2020, they have not been friends. Wait a minute. Where is he arguing at?
When I'm not cutting down time,
hold on, guys.
I'm cutting other stuff.
Because we got
By
that
cutting out the
up.
hassles,
Hold
by
on.
picking up
Hold
my
on.
car.
And
No.
Your memory, you would agree, is you don't really recall.
Yeah, that's 4 hours ago.
Nebraska,
Yeah,
you don't
they're
recall
not
how long
streaming
this
live
took place.
anymore.
Do you recall?
If you know where they're streaming live at, I would really love to know, because they're not streaming live anymore. They're just going, that's from earlier today. 4 hours ago is the last stream. Well, 4 hours is what they're playing right now. Let me see this other link for Court TV, because there's 2 links for Court TV, and I know they were supposed to be discussing stuff outside of the court. Yeah, it's not there. So, okay, so we'll just catch everything tomorrow because I don't see the link. Oh, you watching on the actual Court TV channel? Okay, all right. Well, thank you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. They're starting at 10 Eastern, well, 10 Central, because Tennessee is Central. Yeah, that's still Central. So they're starting at 10. So that means 10 here. I'll be up. I'm gonna go to bed and get some rest. Oh, I'm in Central. I'm in Central. So I will be streaming tomorrow morning as well. And I'm going to go back and finish packing. I've got everything in the kitchen done just about. And now I'm doing my bathroom, and I'll do the other bathroom later on. But I will see you guys later. Thank you all for being here. Again, sorry about the interruption. He was acting for a little bit. He was acting, but they're not even have him on anything anymore. So I guess he's just working on his farm or ranch, whatever he calls it. Yeah, so besides going on IG, making a fool of his damn self, yeah, that's what he's been doing. I'm going live tonight, but I'm going live for my members only book club. That's what I'm doing tonight. Tomorrow night, I will be live with Debbie. I will definitely do Thursday tomorrow night, because next Thursday, I should be on the road. Well, they'll be packing, and all of my utilities and shit will be going off on the 15th. I asked for the 15th, which probably means they'll turn them off the date after that. So I will not miss this Thursday with Debbie, but I will probably miss the next Thursday, as I will be on the road driving to my destination. And no, I will not be driving by myself. Thank you, Deanna. Yes, we're doing cocktails with Heidi tomorrow. And I don't know, we're going to have vodka. I don't know, we having rum. I don't know, we having Snoop Dogg. More than likely Snoop Dogg. Yes, acting like a pure damn fool, but he thinks it's cute. So, but I really hope she gets the justice that she deserves, especially after being put back through that again. And I just feel bad for her, but she was an excellent witness. She stood her ground. How long of a drive? What is it? 3,300. So it's about, I said I was going to do it in 4 days because I'm going to stop and do some stuff. But it's like if we drive straight, it's 3 days. But I'm going to do it in about 4.5 days because I don't really have to be in the office until the 21st. They're giving me a little bit, well, maybe even the 25th. They're giving me time to get everything set up, to get settled. But I will be doing, oh my God, what's wrong with Sherry? Hold on. I just saw you sent me a message. I thought it was Sherry. Okay, I gotta go. Let me call Sherry. I need to find out what's going on with her. I saw I had a message come through. Let me go. I need to call and find out what's going on with Sherry. All right. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Bye.